What's good, everyone? What is good? Welcome back to the channel. With your of course, Mac. Hope y'all having a great day today. And today we're back with another Since First People. Sorry, I just ran up the stairs. And today we will be making, I don't know, because it's a pre-recorded build. Gotta do my pre-records now. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed the build. Thank you guys for watching. And of course, I'll see y'all in the next one. So let's get straight into it. So if it is a house though, it's probably on the gallery because film this on the weekend, probably gonna pre-record, so we'll see what happens. So if you enjoy, so yeah, if it's so if you want to download it, if it's a house, it's on the gallery. If it's an apartment, probably on the gallery too. Just check the gallery. I'm gonna try to upload as much as I can this weekend, and we'll see what happens. But anyways, yeah. So let's get straight into the story. So if you guys don't know what I'm doing, I am right now in the midst. I would say I'm getting close to the end because there's still a bunch of story to go. Right now I am talking or retelling my LP that I did in my last channel, Life of the Pearsons. We are on generation number, let's see, we did Devin, we did Marcelo, we did Kalia, we did Gianluca. Right now we are on Zayandre, and then we still got to get to the current generation. So let's resume. So pretty much the last part I talked about how we found out about the whole situation between Jasmine, Ziandre, not even know if Raya was a part of it, but Zarina, how Zarina got, not Zarina, Ziandre got Jasmine pregnant, and how Camila couldn't take it no more and decided that she was done and pretty much left. Again, do I think it was the right thing to do to just take up her kids and go? Because again, they are his kids. No, but at the same time, you can understand where she came from. So, anyways, at this point right now, Ziandre is pretty much at home. His kids are not there. His wife's not there. Their stuff's gone. He's confused, trying to call her. She never picked up the phone. So he went ahead and called up his family because maybe we'll call up his sister because maybe his sister is there. And so when he called his sister picked up the phone, and his sister just went on like, Camila went to our house today and she was being so violent, and she pushed mom, and so I had to fight her and this and that, and so he had to come over. So he was worried, of course, because that's his mother and his family. So he went over there, and when he got over there, he was pretty much like ambushed because he saw Jasmine, who he slept with, and then he's a pregnant belly, like the midst of a pregnant belly. So he's like wondering what's going on. So anyways, he again lets that go because Jasmine's her own person. So she went to his mom. Actually, his mom's okay. Like, want to know the story behind it. So of course, Zarina tells a fabricated story. Like, she came over. She was angry for some reason. She tried to like blame like their crumbling marriage on her about how she lied to her about something, and how it's her fault, this and that. And then mom was trying to defend me, and then Camila, pushed her out of nowhere, and how it was awful. And so of course Ziandre was pissed off, and then Ziandre, it's like, why is Jasmine here? And then Jasmine pretty much comes out saying, they pretty much just tell him right there and then that she's pregnant with his baby, and he's kind of like, what? And then what kind of threw him off is that they were really happy about it. Like the mom, Raya was happy about it. Serena was happy about it. Jasmine was happy about it. Like, he was like, why are y'all happy that I got another girl pregnant? Like, what? That's where the cracks started forming. And so they're talking about how, she doesn't need, he doesn't need Camille anymore, how he could divorce her and get his kids back, get a good lawyer, and then he could, start a family with, Jasmine. And Jasmine, they're like, literally, Zarina and Jasmine are just talking about baby names, what the baby shower. And then he was like, I still love Camila, like, all because, like, what? Like, I'm not gonna like leave my wife for this girl. He got so confused, and so he kind of left like there. He just like snuck out because he was just confused. That was a lot thrown at him in like 5 seconds, So he left. He started calling, Camila to get her side of the story. He didn't get her. So a few weeks go by. Again, he's still confused. He calls her again. He finally picks up. She calls him over, and they talk. And she fully, like, he comes over to see the kids, and she tells him his side of the story. She tells him about how, the night that he went out and did his thing, he called his sister. She said she wasn't with him. And then he said, yeah, I was with her the whole night. But she told me you weren't. And so I got mad. And so I went over there and like confronted her about it. And that's when they dropped the bomb on me that you got another girl pregnant. I don't know how I felt about that. Well, I know I felt about that. I was mad, so I left, and I'm sorry, this and that. So they kind of made up on it, and so he kind of was mad, about how they kind of like deceived him. He kind of conceived it was a setup. They tried to manipulate him to like, because what happened? The drama was between the girls, and they mixed him into it and like didn't take his feelings into account. So he was mad at his sister. So of course he went back and started going in on his sister, talking about this and that, and that's where the divide really started. And he kind of backed up his wife Camila more than his sister, and so his mom's like, are you really gonna back her up? Not your family. We're your family, we're your blood. And he's like, no, y'all are deceiving me, y'all are doing this is my life, this is my wife, I love her, this and that. And so he kind of made a point, and that like he made a decision at the point that he was going to get his family back. So he put in a lot of effort, a lot of chats here and there. Like it took a lot of work on his part to get her back. Even though she made a bunch of decisions on her own, which kind of hurt. It hurt that she would not even take his opinion into account and talk to him, just go off and just leave, but he didn't care about that. He just wanted his wife back. So she ended up coming around, and they agreed to like make it work, but they needed counseling. She wanted counseling. He didn't really want to. He wanted them to work on it themselves, but she felt like they needed counseling. So she's like, you know what, if that means I get you back with counseling, he agreed to the counseling. So they ended up getting back together. They did not want to go back to the old house because that was a straight voodoo house. So they went and moved into a nice big house, beautiful house. And they made it work. And so at that point, Jasmine had a kid. Her name was Samira, if I can't remember. And honestly, Camila was a great mother, like mother-in-law, like stepmother. Camila mindset was the baby had nothing to do with what's going on with them. Like Samira, yeah, it hurts seeing her sometimes because that's infidelity right there, but that child had nothing to do with it. Like that child was born out of the messed up situation that it was. It's not the child's fault. So she actually really so whenever Samira came over, she actually took really good care of the child. She really took care of her. They actually kind of had a little bit of a bond. It was actually really cool. So that happened. The counseling went through. Their marriage started, working more. But I feel like ever since then, Camila kind of always, if anything had to be like, oh, I can't trust you. Oh, you cheat on me, this and that. Like, again, she's hurt. She has every right to be hurt. But, she did a few things too. She took the kids. Like, he never saw his kids for how long? Like a month of calling, trying to find his kids, see how they are. She got none of that. And, he kind of, that was always in the back of his head. But again, he wanted it to work. He wanted happy wife, happy life type of situation. And with that, he kind of cut off his parents too. Actually, before he cut off his parents, what happened was Camila made a last-ditch effort. So Camila said, you know what? I'm going to try to talk to Raya, try to make it work with her. So after they got back together, they moved in. She actually, this part, remember I told you last time that she went to Camila went to Raya to make it up, but it was actually, she went over to Zarina. This is what I meant. She went over to Raya this time to like try to figure out to make, amends. Because again, she wanted Zeandre to, have a relationship with his parents. She didn't want to be that person to like break their relationship, so she wanted to give it another chance. So she went over, and it was terrible. Like Raya was just like cussing at her, saying how her coming into their life ruined everything. Like she was just being so mean. And so Camille was just done. She's like, you know what, I tried, I'm not gonna fight you, you're an old lady, that's it, I'm done. Like, I tried. And then she went home and they went to counseling again, kept them going. And then she kind of made it apparent that he had to choose, to take his mom's side or her side. She said she tried to make it work, but I can't. You're either gonna choose me and our family or your parents. And he ended up choosing her. And so we kind of cut contact with his mom. And that will come up later on why that was so significant. So anyways, that happened, and then she ended up actually getting pregnant again at the time with Verity. And so everything was going well, you know. Everything's actually going great. Their marriage is blooming. They were in love again. Like their relationship was growing. The kids are growing up. Everything was great. And then now we get into, y'all, I'm so excited. We finally get into Viviana's, Valen's, Viola, Vaughn's story. Oh, I'm so happy. You understand? I love it. Okay, a lot of people love the Camila and Ziandra generation. It's not done yet. There's still more to go. But I love this generation so much. Ugh, I'm so happy. I love this generation to the point of no return. I love these Sims. I love these Sims. So, anyways, so let's start with Vivi because Viviana was the first child. Viviana growing up was pretty much, she was the first, you know, child, so she got all the love in the beginning. You know, she was the center of attention. She was the first child. It was great for her growing up. You know, I'll say until, but then when she got a sister, the the love kind of switched. You know, she wasn't the main you know, not the main person, but she wasn't the center of attention anymore. You know, her younger sister was. And so ever since then, I always felt like she kind of, not said had resentment for her sister, but she just felt like she wasn't the star anymore. And she liked that. She loved when people would focus on her. Does that mean she's attention seeker? Not attention seeker. She was, what's that? There's a word for it. But she just loved when the attention was on her. She just loved being the center of attention. That's it. That was her thing. She loved it. And so anyways, growing up, she kind of, you know, was that type of person. She always had like a big friend group. She always felt like she had to be a popular girl in school. You know, she'd always be like, I'm going, like, she would be at the party. She just always would be, she'd think of the typical popular girl. That would be Vivi. That's the person she wants to be. She did cheerleading. She did dance. She pretty much strived to be the best person she could be that everyone will look up to. She wanted people to be envious of her. And to the point where she even decided to do law, to get back her dad's affection. Because again, at that point, she already had all these siblings. She wanted, you know, her dad to look up to her. So she decided she wanted to go into law, and that was pretty much her situation. And when she got into high school, she was the popular girl in school. Everybody wants to be friends with her. She had a friend group, which was her, Rebecca. No, Rebecca was the new girl. Rebecca's not even there yet. It was her, a girl named, oh my god, I can't remember her old friend group, y'all. It's been so long. It was her, and two other girls. I can't remember them again. I can't remember them. I really can't. I can't remember them at all. But yeah, it was pretty much the three of them. And then at the end of grade 10, she actually met up a girl named Rebecca. And since Rebecca was new, she kind of wanted to take Rebecca under her wing. And so Rebecca kind of joined them, and they became like the clique. Anyways, in the next part, I'll get into more of it. But anyways, hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Peace.